few weeks ago, Insta360 sent me their brand new X5 camera. The camera comes out today, and this thing has really blown me away. In case you're new to this type of technology, 360-degree cameras like this shoot a literal 360-degree field of view using these two cameras and lenses on either side, and it stitches this footage together into one large file. Now, because you're recording everything in every direction all at once, this camera lets you frame your shot in post after the fact. The X5 comes with its own selfie stick, and one of the most impressive features of this camera is that when you use it with a selfie stick, the selfie stick will completely disappear, giving you this third-person point of view. Now, there is smartphone software that allows you to edit this footage on your phone, but being that this camera isn't out yet, I wasn't able to get that to work. So I have been editing this footage using beta software on my Mac, and it's really amazing what you're capable of doing. If you record video, you can scroll around the frame and find exactly what you're interested in. If you happen to be moving around a lot and your subject is leaving the frame, you can automatically track your subject by just making a box over them. You can then choose completely different framing. For example, if you want to see a very wide angle view, or if you want to crop in, you can do that as well. Along the timeline, you can trim the footage, but you can also add keyframes, which allows you to add movement to each one of the frames as you're recording. For example here, if I wanted the footage to start on me, I could create a keyframe here. Then I could play the footage, I could reframe the shot, create another keyframe, and then when I play it back, you can see this movement we've created. All right guys, first time using this thing. I'm about to jump into the pool with it. It claims to be waterproof. Now, one scary thing with this type of camera is that both of these wide angle lenses are exposed, and every time you set this camera down, you're basically setting it down right on one of the glass lenses. I am perpetually afraid that I'm going to scratch one of these things. Inside the box, they give you 2 lens covers, and if you're going to be filming outside of water, you can leave these on all the time. You can just film through them, which is really nice. The camera itself is waterproof, but these lens covers are not. And I tried using these lens covers after taking this camera to the pool, and I thought I had dried it off, but even a small drop of water will fog these things instantly, so it's not quite as easy to leave them on all the time. Also in the box, you get this rubber lens cover. I bring this with me everywhere I go, and every time I set the camera down, I make sure that I have this on. Now, Insta360 also sent me a much larger extended selfie stick, and I was wondering, why do I need 2 of these? But then I realized just how long this thing gets, and you can get very different looking shots with a longer stick. For this shot, I'm just walking, I'm holding this thing up over my shoulder, and it looks like a drone is flying over my head. They also sent me a bullet time selfie stick, and with this one, you can extend it and then spin it over your head, and it looks like this drone is flying around you in circles, super quick. It's wild looking. Now, this camera has insane resolution. If you want to take a picture, you can shoot at 72 megapixels, which is nuts. If you want to shoot video, this thing records in up to 8K 30, but remember, we're not playing back the full 8K file. We are cropping into a very small portion of that 8K footage, and I was worried that it wasn't going to look great, but I was very surprised by how sharp this footage is. All right, guys, let's do a little video test here. I am recording on my ultra wide lens on my iPhone 16 Pro, and this is the Insta360. Which one of these 2 cameras do you think looks the best? Now I am recording on the standard lens on my iPhone 16 Pro, and this is what the Insta360 looks like. Which one of these 2 shots looks the best? Which one sounds the best? This room's a little bit dark. Which one of these 2 cameras looks the best? Which one sounds the best? Now, I think it's pretty clear that the dedicated cameras on the new iPhone do look better than recording in 360 degrees with the X5 and then cropping into a very small portion of the frame. But the X5 definitely held its own. And when it comes to audio, I was definitely expecting the iPhone to win, but I think I actually prefer the sound out of the X5. Which one sounds the best? Which one sounds the best? Now, I really want to test this camera out kiteboarding, And the coolest footage I have seen of professional kiteboarders doing this, they have it attached to their back somehow. I did a bit of research and I realized that there is basically one company that makes mounts that mount either off your back or off of a kiteboard harness. I reached out to them and asked if they would send me their shoulder mount, and they agreed. The company is Sail Video Systems, and they make mounts for all types of sports for 360-degree cameras like this. So let's open it up and give it a try. The camera will be mounted to the end of that stick, and you just have to pray that the system doesn't break, I guess. Let's give it a shot. So as you can tell, guys, this camera's amazing. The footage looks fantastic, but this is a very specialized piece of gear. I've been watching extreme sports footage out of these 360 cameras for years now, specifically kiteboarders. And I've always thought to myself, wow, that footage looks amazing. If I had one of those cameras, I would look amazing too. Well, that's not really true, because those kiteboarders are awesome and I kind of suck. So their footage looks amazing, mine kind of looks lame. If you're doing some sort of extreme sports, this camera's gonna capture every second of it and it's going to look amazing. But if you just wanna film yourself walking around outside, I might suggest saving your money. And to be perfectly honest, I don't even know how much this thing costs. They just sent it to me and it's not even out yet. When I release this video, the product will launch. And so I will put the link to this product in the description and you can decide if the product is worth it for you. The camera is amazing, but again, it's a very, very specialized piece of gear. Well guys, thank you so much for watching. If you happen to be a still photographer, check out our photography contests that are running at fstoppers.com/contest every single month. They're free to join and you can win thousands of dollars in prizes. And Patrick and I will be critiquing your work, once again, totally for free every single month. And check out fstoppers.com/store. We have photography tutorials geared towards professionals, and one of them in particular is the cheapest it's ever been, and it's on sale right now for just a few more days. Check it out at fstoppers.com/store.